I'm starting to get the feeling that we've got a pretty good team. It took us 10 innings, but we did demolish the Japan Robins yesterday. Of course, technically speaking, Charlie Brown's team was supposed to be bad, going all the way back to this early series from 1956. I'm guessing that Charlie Brown would have slept a little bit better if he did a better job upgrading his players' skills. And I'll tell you this much, nobody's laughing at our team. Alright guys, and here we go again with a little bit more baseball for breakfast. We'll go ahead and just jump straight into this. Of course, we have the demo going again. And let's see what we're going to do today. So we're going to play against the same team again. We're just going to play the home leg, I guess you can call it. That's probably the way that we're going to approach this here from now on. That way, if we end up beating a team before 5 innings, then we can quickly go into the next game against the same team. So we'll see how Charlie Brown does here. Pitching, I have a feeling that he's going to do a better job here than he did in the comic strip. Because one of those balls is hit just in the wrong place. So we still have a little bit of work to do there with the outfielder fielding ratings and all that stuff. But it's alright. Let's look at those pop-ups and stuff like that. So it's all good. It all works out in the end. Hope that you guys are all doing well wherever it is that you may be. We have kind of a chilly weekend out here in Northern Virginia that's supposed to snow, I think, in the middle of the night. So we'll see what happens with all of that stuff. Just don't get the double play, man. We were really, really close. So at least we got out of the rough part of the order. Now, people have asked me, hey, why do you keep throwing the ball down the middle to the good hitters that they have on these teams? Well, the reason why is because unless your pitcher has really good curve ratings, it's really, really hard to throw good curveballs. And unfortunately, our pitchers still have pretty poor curve ratings. And so you can like try to steer the ball out of the strike zone, but it's not going to work so well. Anyway, we end up giving up a single run, that's all. And our power lineup should be able to get us out of this, I think, I hope. We'll see what happens. Or maybe we'll just wind up hitting a line drive like that over to nowhere and getting the first out. Oh, I was hoping for a second that was going to be called fair. We've seen stranger things happen here. Frida, of course, the big power hitter. It's got to be the hair. The Japan Robins are one of the harder teams in this game, by the way. I think we lost to them the first time that we played them, so that gives you sort of an idea. The rest of the teams tend to be easy, except, of course, for the American Dreams. But, yeah, you can see that this team's not exactly a walk in the park. Well, I better not do that. That's not going to do us any good. There we go. I'm not sure who it is they have in right field, but they keep trying to throw our guys out at first base. And that does it. So 1-0, we're still behind. Alright, so yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what we can do. As you guys know, baseball's coming back. We've got spring training underway right now, so that means that things are coming back into the news the way that they're supposed to be. And I'm hearing stuff on the radio here and there since we're over in Nationals territory. I'm hearing stuff about how, maybe the team's going to be better this year, or, we're going to have so-and-so needs to become all-star quality and stuff like that. And that's the famous rites of spring. You go back through the history of the sport, you'll see the same sort of thing happening over and over and over again. There's a long history of hopes springing eternal around February and March, and then reality usually kicks in sometime around late June, early July. So we'll see what happens. You just have to remember that not every team can be improved. Some teams will do better, and most teams will end up not doing much better at all. The big question, as we've discussed before, is whether or not there's going to end up being a work stoppage at the end of this season because of the expired collective bargaining agreement. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely not an insider. I do think, though, that the leadership change that was sort of forced on the MLBPA might end up having an impact on the way that things end up working. So we'll see what happens. You know, maybe we will be able to avoid a work stoppage in the end. So we'll see. Still down 1-0. Well, come rain or shine, with snow or with sleet or whatever, we're still going to have Baseball Stars games to play. So no matter what happens, you can always count on this channel to provide you with at least something. Hopefully we can get a win today, but we might not be able to. Who knows? That one kind of caught me by surprise. Look at that throw from Schroeder. That's the reason why you want to get that defensive level up. There, we'll go in on the hands again. Alright, still down 1-0. Schroeder, of course, not much of a hitter. Of course, he's not going to be much of a hitter if I keep swinging these pitches that end up curving straight at me. See, it's that one right there that looks like it's coming straight at you and ends up hitting the strike zone. That's the one that's probably one of the hardest pitches in this game to figure out how to hit. But it's all good. At least we put the ball in play. We didn't do so well that time. There we go. Let's see if we can beat it out. Not even close. Out by a mile. So much for that. One of the worries that I have is that we're going to end up stagnating a little bit against teams like this as we move forward, because we put a lot of money into improving some of our relief pitchers instead of you know, filling some of the other holes that we have in the lineup and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, you know, this is actually one of the harder teams in the game, so it's okay if we end up struggling against them at least somewhat. This has been a pretty fast game so far. Not a whole lot of action other than the one run that they managed to score in the beginning. There we go, we made them look foolish. How about that? Alright, now we got the heart of the order back up. But that's not going to do it. That'll do it though. 1-1 game. Home run number 8 for Pigpen. People are talking about a triple crown for Pigpen, so we'll see if he's able to make it happen or not. But that's a very, very good sign. Shermy, by the way, doesn't get enough credit. I probably should do an episode talking about him, shouldn't I? So today's episode is a little bit less in terms of the like creativity and talking about the players and stuff. It's just because I wanted to get this out quickly so that it would actually be out this morning. Well, we didn't get the base hit that we needed, but it's alright. And it's the top of the 5th, so Charlie Brown's starting to slow down a little bit. I think that if we can just get through the bottom part of the order, it'll be good enough, and then we put him up for a potential victory. There we go. They're going to leave Fuji in the ballgame, which actually I think bodes well for us. Charlie Brown, by the way, still has some stamina points left before he gets to 15, so we might want to consider making him a little bit more capable of lasting a long time. Snoopy, meanwhile, has, I think it's a 10 for hitting and a 10 for batting, so that's the reason why he's just missing those. But somebody was saying we should improve his luck, and I think we should. We should see if we can turn him into the ultimate fielder. It doesn't look like a great pitch to swing at, but if you don't swing at that one, it's called a strike, so you have to do something with it. Fuji, meanwhile, still has that good curveball. You can see that pitch wobble. Yeah, that does it. That does it for Schroeder, that is. Alright. Back to Franklin, who really probably should be starting. We should probably figure out something to do with this guy because he's a really good hitter. One of the leading hitters here in the entire league. Not quite. Fuji is slowing down though, so if we can get something off of him here... Well, that's not gonna do it. Alright, now we come to the danger part of our pitching staff. Was it Spike who only gave us a single point yesterday when we went to upgrade him? It was something like that. Yeah. Well, we can try a drop pitch. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, we're in trouble. That didn't work. That did work in the end, though, so we got lucky, I think. Still 1-1 game going to the bottom of the 6th, so let's see if we can get going on here. Let's see if Lucy can get on base. And she can't, even with that slow ball. Even with that slow ball, no luck. So maybe those luck ratings are pretty important, I don't know. Looks like it's another one of those days where the game's random number generator has determined that we will not get any base hits. Man. Yeah, nothing but bad luck. Alright. Somebody's got to be close to it. So I don't know, you probably can't tell, but the left fielder, whoever it was being controlled automatically, which is why we were not in position to make that catch. I was trying to figure out where they were, but anyway, that's one of those baseball stars things. That happens every once in a while, I think, until you get up to like the higher defensive settings, and then the game actually puts you in the right place. Alright, that was a pretty pathetic double play. Yeah, we're still having problems with our lack of fielding over first base. We have been trying to get Shermy up to speed, but we need to do a little bit more work, I think, to get that to happen. Foul ball. This is going to be it for Spike. There we go. It ends up being a good play there by Pigpen to get us out of it, but that was not much fun. Alrighty. Fuji's still in this game. And we still can't get a base hit off of him. It's crazy. Oh, go baby, go. Go, go, go. How about that? Linus with the clutch home run. Makes this a 2-1 ball game. Alright, well that allows us to breathe a little bit more easily, but not much. And there's just no luck. We can't get any good luck here. There we go. Snoopy finally with the base hit. Here comes Schroeder. At some point in time, we are going to need to improve Schroeder's hitting so that this doesn't happen. Oh, but look at that. We end up having some good luck after all. And this is actually good. This way we'll be able to get Spike out of the game. And they finally go to the bullpen. Yeah. You don't have very many pinch hitters there on the bench. Yeah, Sally needs a little bit more offensive weaponry. She's a good fielder, but not really a good hitter. That'll do it, I think. Yeah. Alright. Here comes Rerun. Man, they've really used their bench extensively today. Alright, let's see how this drop pitch is. Yep, there you go. Alright. Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. This is one of those games. There's Maga again. Throwing those crazy curveballs. Man, that ball... Who knows where these pitchers are going to wind up. Lucy hasn't had a base hit today, so she's been part of the problems that we've been having offensively. I'm not sure this guy wants to throw us a strike. Alright, let's see if we can work something here and try to get a couple more runs across, make this a little bit easier. Alright, that makes it 2-2. Creed has also been kind of quiet today. Almost got hit by that one. It would have been nice if she had been hit by that pitch, actually. There you go. Here comes the real danger man. Just didn't get enough of it. And that does it. So we still only have a 1-run lead going to the top of the 9th inning. And we're going to put Marcy in this game. But look who she's got to pitch against. Well, she had good luck there. That's one. Kaganu's another good hitter who can tie this ball game up with one swing. So let's see if she can throw one of these. Well, it didn't drop, but it doesn't matter. Alright, we got one more to go. That's one where if Snoopy has some sort of luck rating, I think that wouldn't have gone through. Doesn't matter in the end. We get the win. 2-1, only 7 hits for each team. This game took in real time about 20 minutes. The Spike ends up getting the win, not Charlie Brown, even though he went 5 innings. We had 2 home runs, 1 from Pigpen, 1 from Linus, and that was all the scoring that we had. We had a good come-from-behind victory there, though, and we get our well-deserved $90,000, and so now we get to figure out who we're going to improve. So, let's think about this a little bit. One of the things that Shermie needs... Well, I don't know, the defense rating of 8 is not really that bad. We could always try to improve Lucy's hitting. Let's see what else we could do offensively. So I think we're going to wait on Pigpen. I think we're going to wait a little bit on Linus. People were talking about improving Snoopy's luck rating, but 50,000 is kind of a lot. We're going to not worry too much about the bench players right now. We could turn Frida into like a bigger hitter if we really wanted to. That might not be a bad idea, actually. Pay 40,000, then we have 50,000 left for something else. The other thing that we do need to think about, though, is Schroeder and trying to get not just his defense up there, but getting him a little bit of hitting power. We also still need to worry about upgrading some of these pitchers. 30,000, 30,000, 30,000, and Peppermint Patty at 40,000. So if we were going to do, we have what, 90,000, right? If we were going to do, we probably will do Schroeder, I think, and then we'll do Spike and rerun. Or maybe, we know that Marcy's going to be in at the end of these games, like no matter what. Now I think we'll do Spike at least because Spike has been kind of a problem for us. And there we go, we get 5. How about that? So we'll do this. And we only get 2 bonus points. Thank you very much. So we'll do that, and then either rerun or Marcy. Probably Marcy, because she's going to be pitching in just about every game that we have. And I think we'll do something like that. So there you go. That's the way that we spend the money. It's marginal. It's a marginal improvement, but it should help us a little bit. The part that I think helps us the most really is trying to get Schroeder to be a little bit better at hitting. Yeah, so we'll see kind of what goes from where we go from there. I think that the overall plan is we want to try to get all these pitchers up to like the 40,000 realm. So it'll take us a little while to do that. And then eventually we'll upgrade Frida, try to get her to be an even more powerful hitter. And then we'll work on things like Snoopy's luck rating and all that stuff. These people on the bench, you know, 5, Schlabotnik, Woodstock, we'll wait until a little bit later to really get them pumped up. We don't really need it that much. The other thing we eventually need to do is get Shermie's defense up. It's going to take us a little while, though, to get to that point. So anyway, there you go. So we end up with the exciting victory, and I'm guessing that from here on out, we're probably going to have a number of games that are equally exciting. And the reason why, of course, is because you know, we haven't made a whole bunch of major changes other than sort of marginally improving the relief pitching. But as time goes on, it will get better and better here. So it's going to be a little bit of a grind, but that's kind of what we're in here for. And I just realized I forgot to play the other game, so it's all right. We'll do that tomorrow before the first game. And so there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.